Hello there guys, so it is Believing Bruce here. Now, we've just had the fight with Gib and Jake Paul. Wow, what a cracker. So what I want to do, again, when KSI got in the ring, I'll be looking at why I believe KSI, based on the data that we've got, could lose as it is right now, today, against Jake Paul. But let's go through the fight first. So again, Gib, valiant effort, but was stopped in the first round. Now, I made a video, 50-50 fight. One, Gib could win, the other, Jake Paul could win. And it literally was split. It was a pick and fight, as we call it in the boxing industry. We believed that Gib's pressure could dominate Jake Paul, because Jake Paul hadn't demonstrated anything until that point where he could box on the back foot. Nothing at all. Remember, the data that we had was very limited. Now, when you've also got some limited data, you start making up stories. You start saying, well, actually, I'm trying to form a picture. Gib's done this, or we've heard this, or Vidal said this, or Shane Mosley said this, and all that. You know, what you do is you become unfactual. It is what the case happened with us here when we were making our predictions. So I believe I was right that that was a 50-50 fight, and you just didn't know which way. And I even said in my videos, you know, don't follow my lead, because I am just guessing, because there wasn't enough data to make an accurate prediction. But Gib did what we thought he was going to do. He brought that forward. He brought that pressure. And a lot of people I've been noticing on Twitter and Instagram are saying, well, you know, Gib's balance was out and he wasn't great, etc. Now, that may have some credibility there, but he wasn't that bad. In fact, if you watch the 2 minutes and 20 seconds or whatever it was, what Gib was boxing, he was actually moving really well. He was moving quite fluidly. Yes, there were some points where his feet couldn't give him that base that his torso needed, that he was doing what we call the windscreen washer backwards and forwards. But he was actually moving quite quickly. Jake threw some punches, Gib ducked under. Gib wasn't bad, is my point here. So I know that goes against the grain of some of the stuff that I'm reading on Twitter, but actually he wasn't that bad. Now we come to Jake Paul. Jesus, wow. Again, the data that we had on Jake Paul, he always moved back in lines. He couldn't box really well on the back foot. And also the other day he released a video on Instagram about this, the swing ball, where, you know, I had Ryan Garcia, who was hitting it very, very fast, and then Jake Paul come on and, you know, threw that terrible left hook. Now, it was pointed out to me that this video was released actually a few months back, so that wasn't accurate data to go on, because I tell you what, from that video there until, you know, the fight, if you will, what an improvement. Now, again, I put my flag to the mast. I offered, quite truthfully and authentically, that I wanted Ali to win, and I did. You know, I just resonate more with Gib than I did with Jake Paul. But you must be fair and you must be balanced and you must doff your cap. Because what we seen tonight was Jake Paul is a boxer. Jake Paul is levels above his brother when it comes to boxing. And if you don't know anything about boxing, it's hard to really, you know, get this across to you. But there's timing and accuracy for his first professional fight, unreal. Absolutely unreal. Because yes, you had Ali moving backwards and forwards, but the ability that Jake Paul could move back and catch him with those punches, the timing and accuracy is something to be admired. Like, they have obviously drilled that. He's put him through the mix. He has, you know, been in the hurt locker, so to speak, in order to be able to almost autonomously, from a muscle memory perspective, react to a very, very fast moving Ali, which is what we thought he was going to do. So, and also the power. Now, I talked about these in my previous video. If you've never been hit by 10-ounce gloves, and I talked about how it can do certain things to your head. It can make you feel sick. It can change your cerebral thinking, and then how you feel, and then how you act. And we saw this on a number of occasions where Jake Paul connected with Ali, and you see in the look in Ali's face. Because remember, he's been sparring with head guards and gloves on. And that's not to say that Gib doesn't come forward. I keep referring to Gib or Ali. All these YouTubers have got too many names. KSI, JJ, who knows. But when you get hit with these bad boys, it takes it to another level. It can actually make you feel, it can make you want to quit. That's not what happened to Gib, by the way. But you saw when Jake Paul connected with those punches, there was that look of shock on Gib's face. And it wasn't that he was going to quit, but it literally shakes you to your boots if you get hit with a solid punch. And what we noticed today was Jake Paul can punch. Not only has he got timing and accuracy, but again, he can handle the pressure as well. But he can punch. And he was controlling Gib. Yes, Gib was pressuring him, but Jake Paul, I never felt was really, admittedly, in less than the round of action that we had, was under the cosh. He didn't look panicked. And this, you've got a fast moving, and I can't get this across to you enough. Ali was moving so fast, and for Jake Paul to catch him with so much ease, his timing and accuracy needs to be applauded. So, where does this come in the fight overall? Well, again, I'm reading the reports on Twitter. Was Gib mentally prepared? Was he, was he too focused? Was he too energetic? Did he believe that narrative too much of that I'm just going to wear Jake Paul down? But when you look at the size difference, the height difference, and you look at the reach, like, what other choice was there for Gib to do? Yes, possibly he could have done what I said on my previous video, that second phase attack. Is that he'd come in with his hands up, trying to jab to the body just to get Jake Paul moving back on the ropes and then unload. But we've seen he didn't have that second phase. It was just first phase, and the first phase was led, unfortunately, by his head. But it was a valiant attempt. Now we come to KSI, JJ, whatever you want to call him. Again, we've only got limited data to go off. Remember, from a professional perspective, and when these bad boys, I can't emphasize this enough, when these bad boys come into play, it is a game changer. 10-ounce gloves, no head guards, as Eddie Hearn has infamously said. So when you look at JJ's fight against Logan Paul, now Logan Paul's not a fighter. Logan Paul's not a boxer. He might be suited to more MMA, and I know that GMX, there's a potential matchup there. And I do think with Logan Paul's wrestling background, it's probably safer bet to go down that route, because at least then there's a chance that he doesn't get hit in the face, and that's something that obviously worries him. But Jake is many levels above Logan Paul. And when you look at KSI, in many respects, he's a larger version of Gib. Come forward, he's a scrapper, he's a fighter, he's got heart, he's got courage, he's a lion, etc, etc. But will that be enough to beat, on the evidence that we've got Jake Paul, what he represented tonight in his fight? Oh my lord, I'm just not sure. And remember, I am a big boxing fan, and again, I will put my flag to the mast. I would love KSI to win. I would love KSI to win this fight. But even though Jake irritates me, I must be authentic and fair and transparent, get that balanced approach. He is, out of all the YouTube boxers that I watch, the best boxer. Just on that snapshot of what I saw tonight. The fluidity, the movement, the composure, the ability to let shots go. And not only just to let shots go, to land it on a very fast moving target. Oh, brothers and sisters, what a fight this could be. Now again, KSI has seen Jake fight. He can see what he can do. So just like Jake improved during Big Bear with Sugar Shane Mosley, KSI could improve as well. That's within his gift. And remember, I'm just making this assumption of the data that we've got right here, right now. Is I don't know if JJ's approach and his fighter mentality would be enough to overcome the very good boxing, remember this is his first professional fight, the very good boxing skills of Jake Paul. And I've also saw some stuff now, Slayton Vidal, he's a crap coach and all this type of stuff. Again, let's be balanced. Vidal isn't a coach. He's not a professional coach. He's a professional boxer with a few fights who's been around boxing for a number of years, but he's not a professional coach. He hasn't got that experience. And again, so, ease off the guy a little bit. Give him some space. He's done very well with the limited experience that he's got, and both him and Gib, it worked for KSI, it didn't work for Gib. So give that guy a little bit of breathing space. He's probably learned tonight that, in fact, the experience that he's been through, both with Gib and KSI, has probably made him a better trainer, but obviously maybe he's not on the league of Sugar Shane Mosley. But that's also, again, it's the fighters who get in the ring at the end of the day. It is the fighters, and Jake Paul is obviously built better, if you will, than his brother. He likes to fight more than his brother. He's prepared. He's got the skills more than Logan Paul. So when it comes to that, who would I pick between KSI and Jake? Based on that, it would have to be Jake right at this present moment. But of course, I would love KSI to take that fight. Now, of course, I would love KSI to improve, because I gel more. He's funny, he is gregarious, he is naturally more entertaining than Jake, so I naturally connect with those type of people. But, I will be looking at this thinking this is definitely going to be levels above what KSI and Logan Paul was. Definitely levels above. So, encapsulating that, if you will, very, very valuable. I mean, please give credit to Gib as well. He's come from opening FIFA packs to then fighting in Miami on a co-main event with Eddie Hearn. It just, it just doesn't get better like that. That is just stratospheric opportunity. It's a beautiful opportunity that he took. It didn't work out for him, but he still created it. I haven't boxed in Miami, and I've been a boxing fan all of my life. Gib has achieved so much that only a tiny percentage of the population will ever achieve, so he deserves plaudits for that. But the KSI Jake, it's got to happen. It has to happen. KSI said that if he beats Gib, I will fight him, so he's almost put his honour on the block. And absolutely, what a fantastic, and again, I hope they get the audience involved a bit more if this is going to happen. Now, it was a bit lackluster, this one. We need that energy, get True Geordie involved, get the crowd psyched up, all this type of stuff. But what a beautiful opportunity. I'm excited. In fact, I'm off now. I'm going to train. Shannon Briggs, I'm coming for you.